Namaskaram. Honorable Shri George Kurianji, my colleague in the Council of Ministers, Honorable Shri Radha Krishnanji, who is presiding over this 50th anniversary, the Golden Jubilee of Janmabhoomi, Srimati P.T. Usha ji, Honorable MP, Rajya Sabha, and one of the great Olympiads, one of the great sports persons of our country, Shri Advocate K.K. Balram ji, Shri V. Muralidharan ji, former minister and my mentor in the parliament, so many times he has guided me, Shri P.K. Krishnadas ji, who is now national executive member, but as chairman of the PSC, he did very good work, and throughout the state of Kerala he visited. Shri K.N.R. Nambudiri ji, editor Sahab, Shri Narayanan ji, Shri Rajshekharan ji, Shri Ramchandran ji, Shri Shaji, Shri Arun Kumar ji, Shri Balakrishnan ji, Railway General Manager, DRM Sahab, the PIB officials, Doordarshan, All India Radio, NIC, and all the dignitaries present in this beautiful gathering of the Golden Jubilee of Janmabhoomi. It's my great pleasure and big honor to be a part of this gathering. I wish Janmabhoomi and the long struggle it has made, I wish you great success. I wish that Janmabhoomi should continue to rise, continue to educate, and be on its original motto of serving the nation, reforming the society. Wish you all the very best. In my speech today, I thought that I'll put it in a slightly different format. I thought we'll make a small little presentation. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has continuously focused on building a country which will be a developed country by 2047. In the first and second terms, he basically focused on building the foundation. This third term will see many of the results that are the efforts of the first and second terms. So, the three responsibilities he has given me, I would like to focus on those responsibilities, and especially railway, because railway is the lifeline of Kerala. Keralam. A very beautiful language, very nice culture, and especially Kozhikode. This is the city of letters, now announced as the city of letters. So very honored to be here. So we'll have this small little presentation where the focus will be on what the country's railway, how it is transforming and how it is impacting the lives of Keralites. The 10 years have been phenomenal in terms of how much capacity we can add. If you look at the number of tracks that we have constructed in the last 10 years, from 2004 to 2014, only about 15,000 kilometers of tracks were added. But in the 2014 to 2024, the pace almost doubled, 31,000 kilometers of tracks were added. And if you compare that number, that is bigger than the entire network of France. And if you remember, some time back when we were younger, people used to say that we are only adding the population. But Modi ji has changed everything. Now, we are adding the infrastructure of different countries in 1 year. So last year we added 5,300 kilometers of railway tracks. And if you look at one of the very rich country like Switzerland, this is more than the entire network of Switzerland added in 1 year. And even before that, 5,200 kilometers. So Switzerland added in 1 year, another Austria added in second year. That is the pace of construction that is going on. Same is the case of electricity. Same is the case of electrification. We all know that we don't have oil in our country, no petroleum reserves. So it is better to have electrification so that goods and people can be carried using electricity. So the electrification which was done in entire 60 years from the independence was 21,000 kilometers. Just take this number, na? So 60 years, 21,000 kilometers. In 10 years, 40,000 kilometers, 44,000 kilometers. So what was not done in 60 years, more than double of that has been done in 10 years. That is the pace at which Modi ji's government is working. And now practically 97% of the entire country's network is already electrified. And by next year, June, July, entire country network would be fully electrified. Imagine this is equivalent to electrifying the entire network of a large country like Germany. That is the pace, that is the scale of the work. Many more things are happening, like the bullet train. The progress is so rapid and totally new type of technology is being brought in. If you look at these pictures, it's phenomenal work happening everywhere. More than 335 kilometers of piers and the viaduct has been constructed. And by very soon in coming few years, we will have the first bullet train. And then we want to take 3 more bullet corridors, one in north, one in east, and one in south. Because the first one is already happening in the western part of the country. So we have seen countries of our size have really invested very heavily in bullet trains because that is the best way to move a large population. So this will be a big thing for our country. Some of the constructions that we have done in the recent times are phenomenal. This is Chenab Bridge. If you look at the Chenab Bridge, this is going to connect Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So this has been a dream for many decades. Since our independence, this bridge is 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower. So look at the how much effort that has gone in for creating this kind of infrastructure. We have all traveled by, how many of you have traveled by Vande Bharat? Wow, this is the highest number of hands I have seen. Very amazingly well designed train, right? All designed in our country, all manufactured close by at ICF Chennai. And a very successful train across the country. Now we are running about 136 services. I know in Kerala there is some criticism about the Ernakulam to Kayamkulam section via LFP. So we'll discuss. But overall, I find that the feedback is very good about Vande Bharat. Same is the case about Vande Bharat Sleeper. This will be the overnight train. And this train, the first train is complete, and very soon we will be starting we have already starting the testing. What I want you to see is, the interiors have been designed with a lot of care. A lot of care has been brought in to make sure that the passenger comfort is very good, very high order. And when we are aiming towards a developed country, these are the efforts that we have to put in today, so that in 25 years we can be a developed country. This is Amrit Bharat train. Again, a world-class train, very good train, fully focused on people who are not able to afford, people who have low incomes. Then the Namo Bharat Rapid Rail. This is going to be a game changer. This is going to be like a metro on the regular railway tracks, a regional train which is going to connect cities at very short distances. This also is constructed, already manufactured, and first train has been already put in service. So overall, what I want to tell you is that between Vande Bharat, Vande Sleeper, Amrit Bharat and Namo Bharat, our transportation by travel by train will fully transform in the coming 5 to 7 years. That is going to be a big change in our lives in the coming 5-7 years. We want to manufacture about 400 Vande Bharat, about 400 Namo Bharat, and about 400 Amrit Bharat trains. So that will mean that throughout the country we have very good quality of services. Now I will come to the station redevelopment. We all know that our stations were built 50, 60, and many of them were built about 100 years back. But now Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has taken a very ambitious program in his hands to reconstruct more than 1,000 stations. So today 1,334 stations are being totally redeveloped at an investment of almost 1 lakh crore rupees. And construction is progressing already at on about 1,100 stations. Already construction is progressing very well. In our Kerala, we are constructing 35 stations. I'll show you some pictures of the stations in rest of the country, then we'll focus on Kerala. This is Jammu Tawi station. Jammu Tawi, the station which connects to Srinagar. Beyond this, we have Katra, then the Kashmir line. Beautiful station. This is practically now constructed. Within just 2.5 years, this much work has happened. This is Gomti Nagar in Lucknow, recently inaugurated. So people sometimes ask me whether this is a station or airport. I say, don't worry, entire country's stations are going to be like that. This is Puri station, which is now getting constructed. If you look at these 3 stations, one thing you will observe that these stations are built on the cultural heritage of our country. While we want to modernize, we would also like to make sure that our cultural heritage is preserved, strengthened, and we are connected with our roots. We are connected with our Janmabhoomi. This is Surat, again integrating bus, metro and railway, everything gets integrated in one station. This is Bhubaneswar, trying to create a IT hub over the station. That kind of thinking is going on and the work is going on at very rapid pace. This is Karnataka, this is now Keralam, right? Let's see what is there in store for us. Beautiful stations, and Kerala being a beautiful, very beautiful state, we must have the stations which are designed looking at the cultural and climatic conditions of Kerala. So 35 stations throughout the state, north to south, quite a lot of stations. The list I will share with Janmabhoomi, and maybe you can publish the entire list so that people can know which stations are being developed. But I'll show you some of the designs. Starting with LAP. This is going to be the LAP station. Anybody from LAP here? What do you think? Good. This is Angadipuram. What I want to say is that for many years the focus was only on the big stations. But Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji changed that. He said that big, medium and small, everywhere we have to work. So we started with 1,000 stations, and that is world's largest station redevelopment program anywhere in the world. And now, since we are making good progress, so looks like in coming 2 to 3 years, we would have completed all the 1000, then we can take another 1000. Complete those, then take another 1000. So that is the way we are working. This is Angamali. This is Chalakudi. Small stations, but good work. This is Changanaseri. Pardon me if I am pronouncing it wrong. Changaseri. This is Chirianikel. Chirianikel. This is Ernakulam. Beautiful. Anybody from Ernakulam here? What do you think? Good? There is a nice word, I'll use it later. This is Ernakulam, actual work going on. Right? So these are, see, the progress which is happening is phenomenal. Sometimes that is disturbing the opposition. They feel threatened now and they come up with new stories every day. So there was this Angamali Sabri project, right? So the project was sanctioned on the basis of 50% contribution by the state government. So we saw 2-3 times there is a flip-flop. And when so much work is going on in the stations and doubling, so there was pressure on the state government. Then they said, fine, we will contribute a 50%, but so and so, so many conditions, this condition, that condition. We said, please tell us clearly whether you want the Sabri project or you don't want it. If you want it, then don't put these conditions. If you don't want it, then tell us, tell the people, because people's welfare comes first. Politics comes later. So why do politics for railways when our Prime Minister has very clearly focused on people's welfare and development? Then why not simply focus on the progress? So finally they have given a letter, but once again they have put 2 conditions in it. So anyway, we will now send a format to Government of Kerala, a format which was signed with the Government of Maharashtra, so that they can sign, and the moment they sign, we can start the work. Same is the case of land acquisition. Out of the 460 hectare land required, we have paid the money, Railways has paid the money. Close to 2,100 crore rupees have been paid, but only about 60 hectare of land has been acquired. Only about 14% of land has been acquired. If for doubling project also the state is not willing to support, then how will large projects come up? So my request is that while we are able to do the works which are within the premises of railway, where it is easier to execute the work, but beyond that we request the support of the state government. Then only work can happen. They keep coming with K-Rail again and again. Each time we say that please address the environmental concerns, please address the technical concerns, we get one more reminder. And then in the parliament there will be question after question. So question is, fundamental point is, we want people's development. Modi ji wants people's development. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji wants that railway should focus on serving the people so that people can get better quality of service. And for 50-60 years there was a neglect. So it takes, we are working very hard, so it takes a lot of effort to bring it back to a good situation. But we are willing to do that work. The support also has to come from the other partners in the government. So when all these kind of stations are getting done, there is a bit of issue among other stakeholders. But let us as people, let us as public, create that unanimity, create that awareness, so that all of can work towards same goal of serving the people. This is Ernakulam town. Again, the focus is creating facilities which can be used for multiple purposes around the stations. Again, the work is going on at very good pace. If you look at it, the focus is on getting a work which will be good for many, many decades coming in the coming years. This is Ettumanur. This is Guruvayur temple station. This is Kasargod station. Kasargod, again, I can show photographs of all the stations where work is happening. This is Kayamkulam. This is Kollam. Anybody from Kollam? Kollam, again, work is happening at very good pace. This is Kozhikode. There is a very nice Malayalam word. Please correct me if I pronounce it wrong. Adipoli. Adipoli. Looks good, na? And both sides will be connected. East and west, both sides will be developed. And today when we reviewed the station, I asked the team, GM Saab is sitting here and DRM Saab is also present here. I asked GM Saab, can you find area where we can develop an IT hub? So GM Saab was very proactive. He is one of the finest officers we have. And he immediately looked at the map and identified a land of about 5 acres, absolutely close to the station. So I have requested him that please develop that area so that tomorrow a nice IT hub can be developed for Kozhikode, the city of letters, one of the most famous cities in the world since the ancient times. This is Mavelikara, correct? Mavelikara. This is Nilambur Road. This is Ottapalam. This is Parpanagadi. This is Payanur, Punnalur, and Shornur. A lot of people from Shornur. Again, a big station. A lot of work will be done here. Then Thalseri. I heard somebody was from Thalseri. No claps from this side, but they are very conjuice. I've been asking our Muralidharanji, please help me taste Ada Pradhamam. But for 4 years, he has just been no Ada Pradhamam for me, last 4 years. Each time I tell him, and this time I didn't tell him. This time I decided not to ask him. Then he called up Madam, but Madam was also busy in some work, so no Ada Pradhamam this time also. So no, we will not start the work of Thalseri till you serve Ada Pradhamam. That is the condition for completing. GM Sahab, please note this. No Thalseri work till... And this is Thiruvananthapuram, again a very beautiful city. And we are trying to have a combination of traditional and modern, because Thiruvananthapuram also can be a very important IT hub. It can be a big technology hub. I also want to share with you that we are developing the capacity of some of the large cities. For example, Kozhikode capacity. Today we reviewed, there is a scope for developing 4 more lines within the station, 3 more lines within the station premises, and space is being kept for more platforms, so that tomorrow when capacity has to be increased, then we can get the right land and right infrastructure available. Same is the case of Thiruvananthapuram. Again, we are developing the north-south of Thiruvananthapuram so that this can become a big transportation hub. And I thank Shri Muralidharanji because he really helped me in developing that entire concept where Nemam, Kochuveli, all these areas could be integrated into one proper master plan. Thank you so much for that. You really helped us in getting that concept right. This is Thrissur, again being developed as a beautiful city. Our Sri Suresh Gopiji is from Thrissur, and I must thank him formally because we developed the concept. Then he invested almost 1.5 months. He personally gave so much time to developing the station, reviewing the design, looking at the master plan, that finally we could achieve such a beautiful design which will meet the requirements and which will also be a modern and traditional design combined. And the amounts that we are investing are huge. See, Thiruvananthapuram is 496 crore. Same is the case of our Kozhikode is 473 crore. 473 crore is a huge amount. Nobody would have imagined 10 years ago that somebody would be investing so much funds on a station, right? These were unheard of. The whole budget, whole railway budget of Kerala was 370 crore. 10 years back, whole budget of Kerala was 370 crore. Do you know what is the budget today? Make a guess. Let's see how many people can pass the quiz. Kerala, it has to be right answer. First answer has to be right answer. Kerala is highly educated place, na? 3,000 crore. Now the budget is 3,000 crore, 8 times. One station is 300 crore. What was the entire budget for the state 10 years back during the UPA government? Now one station is of that magnitude. That is the pace at which work is happening. This is Tiruvalla, Tirupunitura, Vadakara. Vadakara is part of Calicut district? Say Kozhikode. You only taught me Kozhikode. Why say Calicut? I was always asking what is the right pronunciation. So Muralidharanji told me it has to be pronounced Kozhikode, not Calicut. So I'm reminding him now. We have been very good friends in the parliament. So, and also he has been mentoring me in my journey in parliament. So that's why I keep joking with him sometimes. Vadakara, Varakala. Varakala is your home? Shivagiri. Varakala. Again, a beautiful station. And that is where I will stop. I also want to share with you that our journey in information and broadcasting is also going to be amazing. We are one of the most creative people in the world. And when it comes to Kerala people are amazingly creative. So our Prime Minister has approved a new concept, just like the IITs and IIMs. A new concept has been developed. It is IICT, Indian Institute of Creative Technology, IICT. So the first IICT has been approved in the cabinet very recently. The land has been given by the government of Maharashtra in Mumbai. So the first IICT, because Mumbai being the capital of Bollywood, capital of films in the country. So the first IICT is being set up in Mumbai. And once we develop that concept properly, then like the network of IITs and IIMs, and Kozhikode being one of the places where one of the first IIMs was set. So we will be developing a whole chain of IICTs. And again, the idea is, today our creative people, if they get the benefit of technology, if they get the best training in technology, then they can really create wonders and be among the best in the world. So that focus is there. Then we are also focusing on developing infrastructure for developing for filmmaking and film-related activities in the country. Our focus is also on reviving some of the traditional mediums like radio, and make sure that the transition which is happening today from the traditional to digital, that transition should be smooth. That should not become a very disruptive transition. Many more things are happening in the world of IT. I am sure you have heard the story of semiconductor, something that our country tried since 1962. Now we got successful when our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji gave a clear roadmap for developing the semiconductor industry. And today we have 5 units where the construction work is going on. And this was a dream for decades. And today, as we know, everything that we see here has semiconductor in it. So we must get this strategic industry in our country. We have also seen the success of mobile phone manufacturing in our country, right? So today the iPhones are manufactured in India. Laptops, servers, they are all manufactured in India today. So a huge progress is happening, and all this progress is basically the foundation of a developed country. We'll have to work very hard, and our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji says that in the third term, we have to do 3 times more work. So imagine the efforts that he wants all of us to put in, because that is the only way we can build a country. That is the only way we can give a better country to our future generations. That is the only way by which we can achieve and realize the dreams of our Janmabhoomi. I wish you all very good luck. I wish you all very good success. And I wish to stay connected with Janmabhoomi and its very nice publications in the coming years. Thank you so much. Nanni.